You know what I've been thinking about lately? It's how we all talk about rights, basic human rights, but it often feels a bit abstract.
Mm-hmm.
Like we kind of take them for granted, just assume they're always going to be there.
Yeah, until they're not.
Exactly. Until suddenly they're challenged or worse, just gone for someone.
Right. It's like the air we breathe, you know? You don't think about it until you can't quite catch your breath.
That's a great way to put it.
And that's honestly why I've been so, well, drawn to the work of the American Human Rights Initiative Foundation.
Okay.
Because they're not just talking about rights, they're actively, you know, championing them, addressing that real urgent need for actual protection.
That definitely gets my attention. So when you say they're doing something different, what does that really look like?
Yeah.
What makes them stand out?
Well, their core purpose is super clear and pretty inspiring, actually. It's all about championing human rights for all Americans. Full stop. They're constantly pushing for equality, for dignity, for justice. And they operate from this deep belief that these rights, they're not just nice ideas. They have to be real, lived experiences for every single person.
Lived reality. I like that.
Yeah. It's about building a country where those principles aren't just written down, but actually, you know, lived out, upheld, celebrated even.
What I love about this organization already is that it sounds like it's not just about like putting out fires when rights are violated, but actually trying to build something lasting, something that proactively strengthens those rights.
That's it, exactly.
So tell me more. How do they actually do that? How do they champion and protect that dignity and those rights day to day? What's the strategy?
That's a great question because, yeah, it digs into how comprehensive they are. The big picture mission is exactly that. Championing and protecting everyone's inherent dignity and rights, promoting social justice, equality, freedom, and they tackle it using these three main pillars. They're all connected, working together. It's not just one tactic. It's this strategic, multi-pronged thing aimed at breaking down inequality from different angles.
Right. Okay, so let's unpack those. What are the three pillars? What does each one actually involve?
So the first one is advocacy. This is where they get right into the legal stuff, the policy stuff that shapes our lives.
Okay.
Let me kind of paint you a picture. Imagine, say, a city wants to pass a new rule that might accidentally make it harder for certain groups to assemble peacefully. Or maybe there's a state bill that could really hurt a marginalized community's access to health care. The foundation's team would dive in, analyze the text, figure out the human rights angle.
So not just sending a letter saying we're concerned.
Oh, way beyond that. They're getting into the weeds. They might offer detailed legal breakdowns, suggest different wording that protects rights better, or even help set up town halls so the people actually affected can talk directly to the lawmakers.
That direct connection is key.
Totally. Their policy reform initiative, for example, often means really deep dives into laws, working with policy experts to make sure human rights are baked into the rules at every level.
Wow.
It's about building that solid legal foundation.
That's huge. Because, laws really dictate so much of daily life. They can lift people up or hold them back. So making sure the framework is that's fundamental.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's advocacy. What's pillar number 2?
Second is education. This is all about empowering people directly, making sure folks understand their rights, and just as importantly, how to, act on them.
Right.
It's not just reciting documents. Their programs are practical, like maybe a workshop on how to properly document discrimination if it happens.
Oh, okay. Useful stuff.
Yeah. Or how to navigate the system to file a complaint, or even just how to talk constructively with local agencies to make sure services are fair for everyone.
It's like giving people a human rights toolkit for everyday life.
That's a perfect way to put it. Yeah. They want to translate these sometimes complex legal ideas into real actionable steps. So these programs raise awareness, sure, but they also genuinely give people the knowledge and tools to stand up for themselves. Let's face it, you can't fight for a right if you don't know you have it or how to use it.
Absolutely. That knowledge is power. Okay. That makes total sense. And the third pillar?
The third one is community engagement. This is where they really connect at the grassroots level. We all have that friend who really wants to help make a difference but isn't sure how.
Yeah, definitely.
This part of their work helps bring people together, empowers communities from the inside out, and it's more than just, say, organizing a rally, although public support is obviously important.
Okay.
Their Empowering Communities initiative goes deeper.
How so? What does that actually look like?
Well, they might work super closely with local leaders to pinpoint issues affecting specific groups.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lack of accessible voting places in one neighborhood, or maybe one community isn't getting its fair share of public resources. So they'll help run workshops on leadership skills, help people hone their advocacy, build up their own ability to fight for change.
So building capacity within the community itself.
Exactly. They might provide resources for collecting data so communities can actually prove their case, build that evidence base, or connect them with lawyers who can help pro bono.
Wow.
The whole point is building the sustainable advocacy power within those communities, making sure their voices aren't just heard once, but are consistently part of the conversation when decisions are made that affect them.
What I really love about this organization, hearing all this, is that it's not just reacting. It's not even just teaching people to react. It feels like they're building something truly sustainable, empowering communities to stand up for themselves long after, the foundation might have stepped back from direct involvement.
What's the goal?
It's like they're not just putting out fires, they're teaching people how to build fire-resistant houses.
Yeah.
It feels really comprehensive, proactive. It's just refreshing.
It really is. And it's interesting. Thinking about everything happening in the world today.
Yeah.
All the rapid changes, technology, global shifts, these complex debates around digital privacy or fairness in systems, their vision just feels more critical than ever.
Totally.
They picture a nation where every single person's rights are genuinely respected, protected, and fulfilled.
Here's what really matters, right? Imagine a country where everyone actually belongs. No matter who you are, what you look like, where you come from.
Yeah.
Their vision is for a society where diversity isn't just tolerated, but actually seen as a strength, celebrated.
Exactly.
A place where everyone can fully participate equally without facing discrimination or prejudice, where that inherent dignity is just the baseline. That's the dream, isn't it?
It is the dream, and it's what they're actively working towards. One policy change, one workshop, one community partnership at a time.
And right now, maybe more than ever, we need organizations that stand up for those core principles.
Absolutely.
It's just their fundamental belief.
Yeah.
Everyone's rights deserve protection, not just some people. And they do it by fostering collaboration, bringing different groups together, and really lifting up those marginalized voices so we can actually achieve a fairer society for all. Building bridges, ensuring the most vulnerable have a voice, a platform, a champion.
Can you just imagine if every single person listening, if all of us just understood and lived by these principles, even in our own little corners of the world?
Wow, yeah.
The ripple effect that would create in our neighborhoods, our country. It's actually transformative to think about. A world where human rights are just the norm for everyone, everywhere. Sounds huge, maybe, but
achievable.
Yeah, especially when organizations like this are providing that structure, those tools.
Right. So, okay, this sounds incredible. Really vital work. But how can we, as listeners, actually get involved? How can we support what they're doing? Because community support makes all this possible, right? From the big policy stuff down to the local workshops.
You're absolutely right. It really is about all of us pitching in. Because honestly, small organizations often create the biggest change.
True.
So supporting their work today is crucial if they're going to keep making that impact. They definitely accept donations. And it's so important to remember that even small amounts really do add up. They make a huge difference.
That's good to hear. Sometimes you feel like, oh, what can my $5 do? But it matters.
It absolutely matters. Every single dollar goes straight into keeping that advocacy going, funding the education, supporting the community work.
Okay. And what if people have specific questions or maybe ideas for working together?
They want to hear from you. Seriously, they're really open to engagement, to partnerships. You can reach out directly. Their email is info@AmericanHumanRightsInitiativeFoundation.org.
Okay, good to know. info@AmericanHumanRightsInitiativeFoundation.org.
Yep. And of course, probably the best place, the main hub for everything, learning more, finding ways to get involved, supporting the mission is their website.
Makes sense.
It's AmericanHumanRightsInitiativeFoundation.org. You'll find all the details there, what they're working on, their vision, how you can plug in.
Right.
Oh, and they also have a newsletter you can sign up for. It's a really good way to get regular updates on their work, see what events are coming up, things like that. Stay connected and see the impact.
Imagine if everyone just took a moment, took a moment to champion human rights in their own way, maybe inspired by organizations like this, whether it's just understanding a local issue better or supporting a neighbor who needs their voice heard.
Yeah.
Think about the collective difference that would make.
It's so true. Together, we absolutely can create a more just, a more equitable society where everyone's rights aren't just an idea but are actually protected and celebrated. It really starts with understanding, getting engaged, and supporting the groups doing this essential work. Because at the end of the day, human rights, they're not just for some of us, they're for all of us.
It really is about building that better future, isn't it? A future where dignity, equality, they're universal. And you can definitely be a part of making that happen. Check out everything we talked about today and find out how you can help by visiting AmericanHumanRightsInitiativeFoundation.org.